Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to sisi, the test server for EVE Online, where CCP is holding yet another mass test for the Citadel expansion. Today is April 12th, because I'm a little bit behind on uploading stuff. And we are actually in the middle of the test, but the first part actually pretty boring, it turns out. We just had to dock into a Keepstar from CCP. It was called Public Star right here. And yeah, today's mass test apparently has been quite like herding cats, because CCP asked for only subcaps. A lot of people are still bringing capitals and super capitals. And yeah, the instructions just aren't coming through all that well. Still 521 people here already. That's quite a lot. Now let's see if I can actually undock from this Keepstar as is requested and head to the XBV gate for the second part of the test, which should be us shooting at one of the citadels. That should be pretty interesting. So again, I'm trying to undock, but doesn't really work. I can enter ship hangar, which is not ship hangar, but actually the view. Yeah, all right. Let's try undocking from here. Okay, I'm back in here, but still 322 guests. So I think a lot of people are just not able to undock, just like me. That's interesting. You might have to switch to the hangar view first to be able to undock. Oh, and now we do get an outside structure view. Okay, that's a bit of a problem potentially. Enter ship hangar. Let's go to the outside view here once again. Maybe we can see some people undocking or something like that. Yeah, but once again, I can't really move in this view, strangely enough. I do see a Titan that just undocked. Let's try entering ship hangar again. Guests are slowly going down to 310, but yeah, it's a good idea to do this test, because apparently it is a trap. It's quite unresponsive. Whoop, now we do have numbers going down quite quickly. Let's see if we can spam undock a little bit. Come on, get me out of this one. There is time dilation. Undocking is going to take a while. Gotcha. There we go. We made it. Now for the grid to load, that's going to be quite a bit of effort for the server as well, I think. Which of course explains why all of this is taking so much time. And from the tactical view, we are slowly loading, very slowly loading. There we go. So yeah, performance-wise, they may want to work on that just a little bit. This was quite an interesting undock from a Citadel. Time dilation set to maximum, so we are down to 10%, which is of course extremely slow. And here you can see all of the battleships undocking from their base. And can we see anything else? Would be interesting. Oh yeah, I'm in the tactical view, so I can actually start to look around here. Here we go. Here we've got some battle cruisers coming out of their specific bay. That is pretty cool. And here we've got a cruiser bay where we've got all the cruisers undocking. Up here, what have we got here? Some more battle cruisers. Personally, honestly, I think that this is pretty cool. Here we do have one Titan. Some more small stuff right here. Cruisers. Here again, we've got what looks like Vexor. Yes, it is a Tengu or a Loki. It's a Loki. More battle cruisers. Drake going out. Someone is apparently planning to micro jump us away. Tie-dye is slowly dropping. And here we have another huge ball of battleships that have undocked from their bay. I just don't really see a lot of frigates. I guess people don't really think that bringing frigates to this mass test makes a lot of sense. I'm guessing, nope, this is still a cruiser undocked. So okay, pretty strange, but now that tie-dye is recovering, let's go to the XBV gate, press warp within 0. And yeah, just wait for it to happen. So here's all the tethering as well. You can clearly see the effect of that now, which means that we are safe as long as we stay in range of the Citadel. Oh, someone is also bringing a bowhead. That is pretty interesting choice. But off we go. We managed to do it, but pretty hard on the server apparently, when you have 300-400 people docking in a single Citadel and then undocking at the same time. So now we're warping to the XBV gate where we'll be holding, and then the next part should be potentially quite interesting, as we'll have to shoot at a Citadel and then we'll watch it explode, and then we'll have a free-for-all fight to end the test. So off we go. I did disable the audio here once again to try and get the most out of the performance, to avoid crashes and things like that. Maybe at some point I should try another mass test with the audio on, just to see what the difference in performance is. But despite the fact that this was like a pretty short notice, once again we do have 520 people here that are participating in this test, and as you can see from the big ball of iron, it's yeah, quite a few people that decided to show up, a lot of them in the powerful Apocalypse Navy issues as well. So we'll have our work cut out for us, so does the server. And let's see if I can orbit this baby at 1000 to try and stay in range. And yeah, I think it's best just to try to get as much performance out of it as possible. I do love the tactical overlay here with the arced indicators of actual distance. That is pretty damn cool. And now if I look at the range for my missiles, which is a longer range weapon, you can see that we can shoot everything within this circle. That is very cool as well. I do love the new tactical overlay. It's not as overwhelming and intrusive as the previous one, or the one that we have on TQ right now. I think it's a massive improvement. Very interesting. And so next, by the way, there are no sinos today, so please take the gate in a moment. We requested subcaps anyway. Indeed, we are slowly approaching the gate, so that's good. And here is the ball of testers gathering at the gate, ready for the next stage. Oh, 3, 2, 1, and jump. Let's press jump. Try to get through here. That seems to be working quite all right. Performance, yeah, 46 frames per second. I'm actually still pretty happy with that. Let's see if we get tie-dye on the jump. We do get some traffic control message. 160 seconds. A little bit of tie-dye showing up as well, 82%. So it's not too bad yet, but how bad is it gonna get? 68%. So yeah, the server is having a pretty rough time on the current build. I should maybe also mention this. You may have seen the 2 previous mass tests where there was a focus on the fighter mechanics and things like that. We've had a new build since then. We've also had, I think, a new mirror from TQ, so everything was reset. And yeah, this one seems to be a little bit less stable at the moment. But I can also see more functionality that is starting to be added to the Citadels themselves, and so all of this will still need quite a bit of ironing out, quite a bit of work for CCP before they come up with the final build for the expansion, which, well, it's not that long anymore, so let's see it as a good sign that we're doing a lot of testing. So off we go, again, tie-dye kicking in again, so pretty rough as we are slowly trying to land and trying to get out of the warp tunnel. Man, that was a huge performance drop here. Tie-dye increasing once again to 38%. I am in XBV local, but I only just arrived there now. So yeah, this is definitely pretty some pretty tough stuff right here for the server. And not as good as the previous few mass tests. So there's definitely still work that needs to be done. Pretty cool. I think it's smart bomb effect right there. In the meantime, let's start heading towards the sun. That's usually where the target is. And local 456. So okay, people are getting through. Tie-dye is still there though. So we're having a rough time on the server, but at least I didn't crash, right? For a moment there, it was a little bit touch and go, but we made it through. So let's see if we can stay in space for a bit now, and if we can have a good fight out of this one. So there's all of that. That's looking good. We also have the bowhead that made it. Let's see if I can spot. That's not from CCP. It should be something from CCP, I'm going to assume. But again, here a lot of Citadels that have been deployed in this system as well. So let's see what it could be. Could be test subject, but that's again MTAG, so I don't think so. Any waypoints? No. Then I guess we will keep close eye on the broadcasts. Warp to Citadel monorail at your optimal range. All right, I'll just warp within 20 on this one. Don't mind being pretty close. And there goes the warp. Tie-dye is done. 483 people made it into XBV. So off we go. And that link is pretty useful. That you can just link the actual warpable link straight in your text. That is very useful, I must say. So off we go, because yeah, I don't think on TQ we'll see such an amount of Citadels right away. Maybe they should have a filter so that we can get rid of the Astrauses, because those are not with a market, probably not interesting 90% of the times. But like this, yeah, it definitely does clutter the overview quite a bit in popular systems. So off we go. It's yet another Keepstar. And people are landing at different ranges. That's pretty good. The grid is now filling up here. Let's start targeting the Citadel itself. Not sure what the hell just happened there. Someone, I think, brought a nix and is being punished by the Citadel itself. Or am I wrong? Let's see here. Yeah, look. Whoa, that is pretty cool. He's trying to rep. There are the missiles. Yeah, missiles from the Citadel. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let's see if we can look at the Citadel like this and get in a little bit closer. Okay. Boom. I'm still going to wait for CCP Habakkuk to actually tell us to do something. He got away. Too bad. You should have put a point on that. Whoever is controlling the Citadel at the moment. And some smart bombs are costing me some shields, but alright. Shoot the Citadel now. Alright. Deploy guards. Firing missiles. Tie-dye kicking in though with all of this. Should be noted here once again. Let's try to get a decent view. Guard is deploying. I'm now being scrammed by Keepstar, by CCP Fozzy. He wants to keep me here. That is interesting. Am I going to be one of his main targets? Let's engage now as well. And where is my battleship? That's actually the one thing that is not that easy to spot all the time. Where the hell am I? Yeah, here we go. I'm in the Armageddon here. That's good. And I'm guessing that he's firing in my direction. Is that incoming flak fire that we're seeing here? It is definitely possible. Damn you, CCP Fozzy. Maybe we should also move a little bit. Let's try not to give him too easy a target. Orbit at 7,500 before he like sends his missiles in. Let's try to do a little bit of movement. Maybe quickly grab the afterburner as well, just in case. And I'll leave my drones out here. We'll see what the result will be. And off we go. Alright, he switched target apparently. Thank you, Fozzy, for not blowing me up straight away. So off we go. We put ourselves on an orbit. Maybe we should put ourselves on an orbit on something that is bound to stay here. 7,500. Let's just take something. Keep firing my missiles. And it's not easy to see, but I do think from time to time you can see what looks like flak cannon fire coming from the Citadel at different targets, like down here. Let's see. Megatron Navy issue. Let's maybe take a look at him if I can. And look at that. Now you can definitely tell that there is some sort of firing happening towards this Megatron Navy issue. The first damage notifications are coming through at this point as well. So that does look like Citadel fire from like underneath the structure firing at this Megatron Navy issue. That is pretty cool. I would of course like to see the missiles as well, if I can spot those, because I'm not exactly sure where everything is or what everything represents. Missiles are of course extremely recognizable, but that looks like some sort of flak fire or something like that. They have Doomsdays fitted as well, it looks like it, so we could see that happen too. There someone just blew up. A dreadnought. Yeah, I'm guessing that the capitals are going to get punished quite a bit. The point defense battery is just a fancy smart bomb. Okay, interesting. So off we go. Let's keep firing. Let's keep moving. But alright, there is some tie-dye, so again, on average here, the performance not as good as in the previous mass tests, but we are still here and we are having a fight with 460 people against a Keepstar. So let's just keep going and let's see if we can maybe spot some other weapons being fired, other than just a massive, what looks like flak fire coming from the Citadel towards different targets. Here are the points where we are actually attacking. But am I seeing some... Maybe I should quickly disable this just to try and get an actual view of what's happening. And now, could I see some missiles flying? No. So I'm guessing that the weapons were mainly used against super capitals and capital ships, because people are not supposed to bring those. But yeah, having to shoot through the armor of this Citadel might take some time. In the meantime, stuff is blowing up. So it is happening, just not sure exactly what is shooting at what. This is not very, a bit chaotic, I must say. It's very difficult to tell from this point of view what the Citadel is doing exactly. Carrier wreck, so maybe it's just taking out all the capitals and super capitals. That was definitely some sort of bomb that just blew up, and we took some damage as well. So let's do a quick rep cycle. 30 frames per second, which I think is still pretty good for the performance on that end, but the server is not having too good a time here. Yeah, guards taking quite a beating as well, so it's pretty obvious that CCP Fuzzy is now launching AoE weapons at our fleet. So it's good that I actually decided to move around a little bit. Just don't really see them coming in. Stuff is blowing up, so the Keepstar seems to be pretty damn powerful. If it's the one that's doing all the blowing up here, that's pretty impressive. There again, look at that huge bomb exploding. And we take, yeah, a little bit of armor damage on this one. We also lost several more of these, which means I'll just get some ogres out if I can. Press F, just send them on the Citadel. And yeah, start wrapping it up. So some sort of AoE bomb is being fired at us. Let's see if we can spot any others. Alright, ogres go out. They took, yeah, probably friendly smart bomb damage as well. But alright, let's just keep going. Oh, and I should of course add my missile fire as well. there again, look at that. Yeah, pretty big explosion. You get a little bit of like a cloud of dust that's staying as well. I'm surprised that it's not being fired straight at the middle of the fleet here. That would do some serious damage. As I'm losing more drones being taken out by this. That's pretty effective defense. Let's see if I can... Still seeing them as being there, but they've just been blown up, so we'll need a little bit of patience. And again, yeah, now we did get just a really nice view of that explosion right there. I'm pretty sure that that's being fired off from the Citadel itself. Let's get inside the fleet while we can. I'm still traveling. Let's see if I can reset this. But yeah, still a little bit of tie-dye, 85%. Still saying that I've got 5 drones, but now it's not showing anything as the bombs keep... Yeah. It is possible that this is like a graphical thing, why they always explode in the exact same place. So I'm not sure about that. But 88% now, so a group like this, 460 people, can do some damage to a Citadel, an Excel Citadel like that, but it's going to take some time. So in the meantime, my drones are just basically gone, but the server has yet to catch up. And yet again, big explosion. Maybe we'll try to set the camera here. Let's keep firing what I can. We'll need to reload next. Yeah, and now no more bombs are being fired apparently. So if we go here, we get some, yeah, there it goes. A pretty big bomb. Firing at those logistics maybe, who are pretty much spider tanking. So that could be a good test for them. In the meantime, I'm loading, but hammerheads are seen as out. I wish I could see what I had in space, but that's just not happening at the moment. Yeah, I think the bombs are being fired towards like a logistics ship here at the moment. Let's fire more missiles. I'm gonna guess that there's more stuff dead, because there's only 3 hits happening here at the moment. So let's keep pressing F as well. As more ships are being destroyed slowly, let's save some cap. There we go. So those are the bombs. Yeah, the effect doesn't fully last just yet. So there's a little bit of work to do there, but... Oh no, oh, point is gone. In the meantime, my hammerheads inside my drone bay are now taking damage somehow. So yeah, that is obviously not working as intended. Maybe like this. No, I can't really refresh the drones in local at this point. That's unfortunate, but alright, let's enjoy the rest of the light show. Let's disable this for a moment, because I'd like to save some cap as a dreadnought gets blown up. More stuff is blown up. And I somehow still have some armor damage. Alright. Let's try to save my drones now. And from far away, let's see if I can improve the performance. 30 frames per second, something like that. Feel that's still quite alright. Too bad the tie-dye is still this high, right? 474. well, we have decent tie-dye during normal fights as well. So yeah, I can't really give it a good report on the actual performance, but this during the fight here, at least, that doesn't feel like it is too bad. Maybe I'm starting to drift away as well. Let's start orbiting the wreck here at 5,000. As more and more ships are being blown up at the back here. There again, the AoE bomb. And I still have 2 drones somehow attacking that citadel there somewhere. As more ships are now blown up. We got quite a few wrecks going here. I'm thinking, yeah, that the bombs, they are still being fired at these guys. Firing missiles once again, come on. Too bad that we still have all the smart bombing going on as well. Now I'm being pointed by, again, sisi fuzzy in the Keepstar, making sure I'm not going anywhere. Let's take a quick look at the tactical overlay, and I am over here. Okay, heading towards those bombs, so it may not be the best choice. As someone else blows up here, let's try to quickly deploy hobgoblins. Press F if I can, just to try and send those out as well before they get killed by an AoE weapon. More explosions. Drones engaging Montreal. And for now, no other instructions. Tie-dye is slowly dropping back down. Yeah, the bomb effect doesn't really last for the full duration just yet. Luckily, the capital explosions do. This is becoming quite a graveyard here of wrong ships to bring for this test. But I'm assuming that some battleships are being blown up as well. And again here, the bomb effects, I mean, it blows up, but it just doesn't last that long. So that still needs some work. And capitals are just being popped, I think, by devs at the moment. This is about the subcapital performance on a Citadel here, I think. I'm just not sure if all of the flak fire that you can see happening here, for instance. Let's just keep going. Here we go. We've got some what I think is supposed to be flak fire. Ooh, and now I've just been blown up by not sure what. Kill report available. That could be interesting. Let's see if I can find that. Capsule ejected already. Yeah, one AoE and I'm screwed. So let's see if I can fly maybe towards the Citadel, try and avoid stuff. This time we are getting owned quite badly. Will Fuzzy use the Doomsday to end it all? Not really sure. But that AoE basically just sent me home. So yeah, pretty interesting test here. Let's hope that CCP does get all the metrics in from these tests. For now here, I must say this current build, which is not the same as the previous ones, where we tested the fighters and the new fighter mechanics. Seems to be less stable than the previous one, but I'm sure CCP can actually fix that by the expansion. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.